This is Myrtles Plantation. For years I've heard it called America's most haunted farm, and its violent, tragic past has a reputation for not staying buried. The stories say at least 12 different ghosts roam these grounds, their legends born from poison, murder, and a deep, lingering sorrow. The tales are terrifying. But are they real? Tonight, I'm staying here alone to find out. I'm locking myself inside this house from dusk until dawn to confront whatever is said to linger here. And as you're about to see, I got way more than I bargained for. Something happened in this house that I just can't explain, and I caught it all on camera. Before I head inside for the night, you need to understand the history of this place because it's heavy. The name Haunted Farm doesn't really do it justice. This was a massive antebellum plantation built way back in 1796, and like a lot of places from that time, it has seen some truly immense suffering. The most famous story, the one everybody knows, is the legend of Chloe. The tale says she was an enslaved woman who was brutally punished for eavesdropping. To try and win her way back into favor, she baked a birthday cake with poisoned oleander leaves, supposedly just to make the family a little sick so she could nurse them back to health. But the dose was way too strong, and it allegedly killed the plantation owner's wife, Sarah Woodruff, and 2 of her children. The story ends with Chloe being hanged by other enslaved people and tossed into the river. Her ghost is now said to wander the property, a tortured soul forever. But this is where the truth starts to get murky. After a ton of research, historians have found 0 records of an enslaved woman named Chloe ever living on this plantation. In fact, historical documents show that Sarah Woodruff and her children didn't die from poison at all. They tragically died of yellow fever, a horrifyingly common disease back then. So if the most famous ghost story here isn't true, then what are all these people experiencing? What is actually haunting this place? Well, there is one violent death here that's a cold, hard fact. In 1871, a man named William Winter, who lived in the house long after the Civil War, was shot on the front porch by a stranger. He stumbled back into the house, bleeding, and collapsed on the 17th step of the main staircase, where he died. His is the only verified murder to have happened in the home itself, and many believe his agonized spirit is the one that never left. On top of that, his wife Sarah also lost their young daughter Kate to typhoid fever inside these same walls. Poisoned kids, a murdered homeowner, a grieving mother. Fact or folklore, this house has seen so much pain. And now, the sun is gone. It's time to go inside and see which of these stories, if any, are waiting for me in the dark. The heavy doors are locked. The silence in here is instant and total. It's a different kind of quiet. It feels heavy, like it's watching you. The only thing I can hear is my own breathing. I'm completely alone. I've got my standard kit with me. First up, the EMF meter. This should pick up on any weird energy spikes that could signal a spirit. I've got my spirit box, which scans radio signals. Some investigators believe spirits can use the raw audio to piece together words. And of course, my full-spectrum cameras, which can see light the human eye can't. I'm starting my investigation right where it all has to start, the grand staircase. This is the exact spot where William Winter died in 1871. The air right here feels totally different from the rest of the house. It's cold. You can feel how cold it is. I'm putting a REM pod right here on the 17th step. This little device creates its own energy field, and it'll scream if anything, even something I can't see, gets close enough to disturb it. For now, I'm just going to sit here in the dark. And listen, is there anyone here with me tonight? My name is Investigator's Name. I'm only here to hear your story. I mean you no harm. William? Mr. Winter, are you here? They say this is where you died. Can you make any kind of sound to let me know you're with me? It's so quiet. It's the kind of quiet that tricks your brain into thinking you're not really alone. Every tiny creak from this old house sounds like a footstep. The air is so still it feels like it's holding its breath. and I feel like I am too. I'm going to start an EVP session and just ask questions. If anything is here, now's your chance. Okay, I've moved into the main dining room. The centerpiece in here is this huge, crazy-looking mirror. The legend is that this mirror holds the trapped spirits of Sarah Woodruff and her children. For decades, guests have claimed they've seen shadowy figures in the reflection and small, child-sized handprints appearing on the glass, only to vanish moments later. The feeling in here is just profoundly sad. It's a totally different energy from the staircase, which felt charged with a single, violent moment. This room just feels heavy with sorrow. I'm going to try the spirit box. I'm turning it on now. The static is just filling the room. Sound of spirit box static. Is anyone in this room with me? Can you tell me your name? Static. A potential garbled voice. Whoa! What was that? That almost sounded like a word. Let me try again. Why are you still in this house? Static. A clearer, whisper-like voice that sounds like, leave? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It sounded clear as day. It sounded like it said, leave. My heart is absolutely pounding right now. The EMF meter in my hand isn't doing anything, but that voice, that came right through the box. Okay, wow. Okay, I just need a second. I'm stepping out on the porch. That voice was so unbelievably clear, and my nerves are just shot. It's one thing to hear stories. It's a whole other thing to hear something speak directly to you out of a device that should just be spitting out radio static. While I try to get my head straight, if you're finding this investigation as intense as I am, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. We travel to the most haunted places in the world to find the truth, and every single person who subscribes makes these trips possible. It really does mean the world. All right? I'm not a quitter. It told me to leave, so I'm going back in. It's 2:17 in the morning. I've been back inside for over an hour now, and after that voice in the dining room, the entire house just went dead silent. It was so quiet for so long that I was starting to think the night was over. That feeling of being watched had completely faded. It was just me and the sounds of an old house settling. I was wrong. A loud, piercing beep, beep, beep. Whoa! Whoa! What is that? That's the REM pod! The REM pod! On the stairs is going off. It hasn't made a single sound all night. Something is on the staircase. Something is right next to it. The lights on it are flashing like crazy. I'm moving to the hallway, keeping my camera pointed right at the top of the stairs. The REM pod is still screaming. I can't see a single thing with my own eyes. There's nothing there. It's just a dark hallway. But on my camera screen... Wait a minute. What is that? Oh my God. On my camera screen, right now, there is a figure. There is a dark figure standing at the top of the stairs. I'm looking up there with my own eyes, and there is nothing. There is nothing there. But it is clear as day in my viewfinder. Did you see that? Pause, heavy breathing. It's gone. It was there for just a second, this tall, dark shape, and then it just faded out. It's gone. The REM pod stopped. I'm shaking. My hands are actually shaking. I cannot believe what I just saw. I have to look at that footage again. I have to see if that was real. That was right on the 17th step. It's morning. The sun is up, and I have never been so happy to see daylight in my life. I'm just sitting in my car. I didn't really sleep. I spent the last few hours rewatching the footage from last night, over and over, and I don't have a rational explanation for it. I came here because this place is steeped in legends, and a lot of them, as we found out, are debatable. I came to see if there was any real proof behind all the folklore. And I think I found it. The footage is undeniable. You can see a tall, shadowy figure appear on the 17th step of the staircase, the exact spot where William Winter is documented to have died. It just hangs there for a moment before it vanishes. At the exact same time, the REM pod on that step goes silent. In a place where fictional stories have clouded the truth for so long, I believe I captured something real. I captured a figure, clear as day, at the precise location of the plantation's only verified, undisputed murder. I came here to find out if the terrifying legends of Myrtles Plantation were real. And now I believe that while some of the stories might just be stories, this house is absolutely haunted. Seeing that figure appear on my camera with my own eyes proved it to me. Something is still here. This place has a darkness that stays with you. But I have to know what you think. I'm putting the raw footage up again right now. Unedited. You just saw exactly what I saw. Was it a shadow? A trick of the light? Or was it the ghost of William Winter, still trapped right where his life was taken? Let me know your honest opinion in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications because our next investigation goes somewhere even darker. You won't want to miss it.